What's good? Today is August 5th. It's about 9:45 in the morning. I'm here at the park. Took a ride over here this morning. This has kind of been a part of my new routine now. At least when I'm back up in New York. I like to kind of ride out here, do some reading, read the Bible, enjoy just being outside, being out in nature. There's some people behind me at the park. This is the most people that's been here ever. I mean, there's only 3 cars, but still. But anyway, we're gonna hop in it. I had a quote that I got. The most important question to ask is, what pain do you want in your life? What are you willing to struggle for? Anything worthwhile is going to require some degree of pain and struggle. So if you're oriented toward pain and struggle, you're probably going to be more aligned with what you're capable of accomplishing, rather than if you're just oriented toward pleasures. Mark Manson. What pain are you willing to go through? And I guess the real question is, how much pain are you willing to go through? Because throughout life, we all gonna have to go through some semblance of pain. We all have things that we want to accomplish. We all have things that we want to take care of, even if it's as simple as graduating high school or graduating college. That comes with some semblance of pain. But how much pain are you willing to go through? And the more pain that you're willing to grow through, the higher chance that you'll be great. Anything worth having is hard. I remember being told that as a kid. My father used to tell me that all the time. Anything worth having is hard. And it's true, man. I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm the most accomplished person in the world, but with a lot of the accomplishments I have had came with sacrifice. It came with pain. It came with me having to stay up late, or it came with me not going to my prom, my junior prom, or it came with me not hanging out with friends, or working extra hard on something that took somebody 20 minutes. I'm working on it for 2 hours because I wanted to be a certain way. Everything was rough. Everything was hard. Everything was a struggle. Everything caused me some type of pain or discomfort. But it's a matter of how bad do you want it, and how much pain are you willing to go through, And I think some of that too is, how good do you want to be at it? I think anything that you want to be really good at, you have to go through a lot of pain. There's no way that you could be very good at something without going through some semblance of pain. I'm very good at the gym. I know how to build muscle. I know how to lose weight. I know how to gain weight. I've been doing this since I was 11 years old. But that came with a lot of pain. That came with a lot of trial and error. That came with a lot of injuries. That came with a lot of struggle. It came with sacrificing. It came with knowing at 7 p.m. I had to go out with my father to the gym once he got home from work. And all my other friends were hanging out and enjoying themselves, and I'm leaving to go to the gym because I have this bigger goal of playing football. You know, I think about my journey riding. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's fun, but it's not as fun as I thought, and it's because I'm not good at it yet. I'm not where I want to be yet. It's not. I'm not as smooth with it yet. I'm not comfortable with it yet, and I'm struggling a lot, and it's bringing me a lot of pain. Not necessarily a bunch of physical pain, even though I did fall, so it did bring me some physical pain. But it is bringing me a lot of mental pain. It's bringing me a lot of anxiety when I think about the bike. But I'm pushing through it because I know what I want. Sorry, I heard something. I'm pushing through it because I know what I want. I know where I want to be. I want to be fluid on this thing. And it's going to take a lot of struggle. It's going to take a lot of anxiety. It's going to take a lot of mental warfare, mental preparation I have to go through. But at the end of the day, it's what I want, you know? Also, you got to think too, and not every pain is worth going through, you know? And I'm not saying to give up on your dreams, but we got to be realistic, and you got to know what it is. And yes, you're going to have to sacrifice, but sometimes the sacrifice could be a little too great. Sometimes the sacrifice, you're sacrificing your morals, you're sacrificing your standards. So also, I think that comes with the pain and struggle. Know what exactly you're sacrificing. Know what exactly you're willing to give up. Know exactly what pain you're going through. Because if the pain that you're going through to get to what you want is going to kill you, or is going to really hurt you, then maybe you shouldn't do it. If it's going to hurt your relationships with your loved ones, maybe you should think twice about it. If it's going to break your morals and standards that you have for yourself, maybe we should double check and start rethinking. But no matter what, you have to go through some semblance of pain and struggle in life. That's the only way you're gonna get to what you accomplish. And what he said in a quote, some people are more inclined to it, so I think it's easier for some people. I think some people can handle pain and struggle easier than others. I think some people don't care as much about pleasures as much as others. So because of that, it kind of gives them a little bit of a fair advantage. And it might change. It might change. But what I have noticed is, you know, reading the Bible, and I ain't there yet. You know, I'm struggling. I'm probably never gonna be perfect, of course, but in a class of C's, it talks about how everything is vanity, and that kind of helps me with certain pleasures because all of this is vanity. Or I realize all of this feels good in the moment, but how am I gonna feel after? And sometimes that helps me make the right decision. Sometimes that helps me to choose the path of pain and struggle over pleasure. Because sometimes when you go and choose pleasure, yes, in the moment it's pleasurable and it's cool. But do you feel shame afterwards? Do you feel bad afterwards? So at that point, is it really true pleasure if after you feel bad, you know? And I feel like a lot of people go through this with like drugs and stuff is in the moment when you're high on drugs, yes, it is amazing, it is great. But after, how do you feel? And that's how I felt with smoking weed is when I'm high, it's cool. And even sometimes it's not cool when I'm high. Like sometimes like I be paranoid. But let's say I'm not. When I'm high, I'm cool. It's cool. But usually after I feel bad. And sometimes during, like I said, I feel bad. Like I feel like I'm doing wrong, you know? I feel like I'm doing wrong by the Lord. Like the Lord is telling me something like, dog, you shouldn't be doing this. Like I feel some type of disconnection. Also another thing is my sleep is horrible. Like I wake up the next day like hungover esque. And I'm like, yo, why am I keep doing this? Yes, in the moment the pleasure is great, but after I'm hurt, after I feel some type of way, you know, and maybe just fighting with my feelings and going through the struggle of pain to stay sober. Yeah, in the moment, it sucks, but I know in the long run, it's gonna be what's best. So I got this last thing that I wrote down. Make no mistake, if you want to become great at whatever you want to do, you will have to go through pain and struggle. So the question is, what do you want? How much pain are you willing to go through to be great? So I'm ended there. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate you guys taking the time out your day to hear me talk and to hear me rant. I appreciate y'all. I love you, Brody. Keep your head up. Keep on pushing, man. Keep on working to make yourself uncomfortable so you can grow. And at the end of the day, man, how much pain are you willing to go through to achieve your dreams? I'll catch you later. Peace.